Hey, what's going on everybody out there? I'm Jakejames Lugo and welcome to the channel. So let's talk about some of that great news that came out of D23 recently. Now, I'm not going to get into all the movie news because there's a lot to cover in there and there's a lot of big things that were happening. I want to strictly focus on some of the gaming stuff. Now, not so much of Star Wars Battlefront 2, which was a really big showing there, but I want to talk about Kingdom Hearts 3. This was the big news that came out of D23 for a lot of different people. It got passed around all over the place. We not only got a new trailer, but we also got some new details about the game in general pulled from the trailer, as well as also talked about in various interviews for a lot of different outlets. One of the biggest things that came out of this, besides the new gameplay of places like the Olympus Coliseum or basically the Hercules world, was that we finally got the reveal of a brand new world based on Toy Story. Not only does this look phenomenal, it looks like it was straight out pulled from the movies themselves, but Sora, Donald, and Goofy look phenomenal in it. We get some little bit of like extra little gameplay elements into, was it pulled from this trailer, including some first-person shooter action based off of Sora jumping into these giant toy robots, which I thought was really freaking cool. Again, it just added a whole nother gameplay style to the mix of everything that is already like a huge cavalcade of stuff with Kingdom Hearts 3. But there was a lot of stuff to pull from this. So again, we got a new world, we got not only Woody, Buzz, and the gang that are just hanging out with Sora, Donald, and Goofy. Even though they're in the Japanese voices, I'm pretty sure there's going to be an English dubbing where they'll be able to get a lot of the original voice actors from the Toy Story movies, or at least I hope so. It'd be phenomenal to finally hear their voices in a Kingdom Hearts game. But one of the big things that everybody noticed is that now you'll be able to have two partners or two guest characters alongside with you. You don't necessarily have to move out Donald or Goofy in order to put a guest character from that specific world. Now you can have your entire main group of three, plus now two additional characters as part of your actual team, part of your party. So you have a five-man party. In the footage that we saw there, we saw Sora, Donald, and Goofy, and we saw Woody and Buzz fighting alongside of them, which is freaking phenomenal, which is great. So you have all of that on top of all the crazy amount of enemies that are going to be on the actual camera, or at least on screen, all over the place in the environments that you're going to be exploring, on top of the already big environments where you could jump around, slide around, do flow motion, and fight against all sorts of types of like big baddies that are all over the place. There's a lot of stuff going on with Kingdom Hearts 3, and the game isn't even really done yet, to be honest with you. Now, one of the other big pieces of info that came out of the D23 trailer itself was the release window of 2018. Now, there's a lot of different things to unpack with this. I don't believe they're going to hit the 2018 mark. I know there's been a bunch of different interviews and a lot of different sources. Everybody's got sources now, right? It's funny enough, there's like a million different sources out there that are saying that Square Enix is not going to go past that 2018 release date, which I think is total bollocks, to be honest with you. It happens every time with game development, especially with big profile games like this. They almost never meet their actual release date window, or at least, again, set release window, I should say. I think that it'll probably, if anything, more than likely, what's going to happen is that they're going to set a holiday release window for 2018, and they're going to push it back, kind of like what they did with Final Fantasy 15, because originally they had that whole big Final Fantasy 15 event over in California. They said that September was going to be the date, and they ended up pushing it back a couple more months, which in the grand scheme of things, a couple months isn't really that bad, but again, another pushback was really put a huge downer on everybody, and I really foresee this happening with Kingdom Hearts 3. There's still a lot of things that they haven't shown yet. We still haven't seen San Fran Tokyo for the Big Hero 6 world. I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of other worlds we're going to want to see, especially with a game as big as Kingdom Hearts 3. There's talk already, or at least confirmation, I should say, which is the next thing I want to touch on, of another playable character. Who that character is, they haven't officially revealed yet. It's my guess, my best guess, if I'm going to be totally honest with you guys, it's probably going to be Riku. Now, if they want to be really bold, if Nomura and the entire Square Enix crew or the Kingdom Hearts team really want to make a bold statement or make a bold move, more than likely they'll have Kairi as a playable character. Maybe in not like a huge amount of time like what you would do with something like Sora or Riku. But remember, Kairi is being trained as a Keyblade wielder by Master Yen Sid, and I really don't think that they're just going to leave that thread there and not have it play into like the grand scheme of things. Maybe something bad happens to both Riku and Sora, and Kairi has to be the one to come and bail them out at some point. Probably not like a 2 or 3 worlds or anything of the sort, but probably a big plot point that happens during the narrative of Kingdom Hearts 3. I think that would be a great opportunity to open up a lot of eyes and make a lot of shock value for some people, but we get to see things from different perspectives. We've seen stuff from both Riku and Sora's perspective, but we never really saw things from Kairi's perspective, other than the scenes that we've seen her happen to pop up here and there. And again, with her being a Keyblade wielder, I feel like this is a prime opportunity for them to do so. Now, that could be totally wrong. We could actually still be playing as Riku and probably be fighting alongside King Mickey, or maybe within that party that you get, maybe you could switch out all the different playable characters that you could have and actually control them in some form or fashion. That'd be very interesting to see if that's the case. We're already seeing a lot of new stuff happen with Kingdom Hearts 3, not only going from 3 party members to 5 party members, as well as also bigger maps and such. What's to say that we don't get another change like that, especially with a lot of the stuff being moved over to the Unreal Engine 4? Which is another thing I want to touch on, because Nomura talked a little bit about why the game has taken so long and some of the reasons why that might have been the case. You know, the prolonged delay of Kingdom Hearts 3 in the grand scheme of its entire history at this point. There seems to be a lot of conflicting reports and a lot of he said, she said in some aspects. It's really Nomura pointing the finger at Square Enix and trying to take off responsibility about him actually taking so much time with his games. And I can understand that, especially when you got all eyes on you with such a high-profile game. That could be really frustrating when everybody, including your own fandom for the titles that you make, are really kind of pointing fingers at you and kind of throwing stones and stuff. That could be a real pain in the butt. But to be honest with you, pain in the butt twice, a little redundant. But it could be a little bit annoying overall for someone like that. But however, I feel like there is still needs to be a little bit more professionalism thrown in there. I feel like he either should have taken responsibility or never addressed it whatsoever. I feel like maybe he's just been so frustrated with not only the stress of the development, but also the reception from everybody and the constant nagging for this game, that he felt like he just kind of cracked a little bit, or maybe just had to open up at some point and talk about it. I can understand that in a little bit, or at least in the ever slightest. But regardless though, we got new Kingdom Hearts 3 info. It seems like 2018 is at least, you know, the benchmark that they're setting for themselves. We'll see if it actually comes out in 2018. I don't think it's going to be early 2018. I think it's going to be later in 2018. Not in the spring, not in the summer. I'm looking more towards the winter for this game, because at least that's a big high-profile game that they could really make a big splash in the fourth quarter of 2018. And if not, if it ends up getting delayed, maybe early 2019. But we'll see what actually happens. But regardless though, guys, there's a lot to unpack there, and there's even more stuff that came out of D23, but I just wanted to kind of throw my thoughts out there based on the Kingdom Hearts 3 info that we finally got. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about this. You know, tell me what you guys are thinking about the trailer. If you were excited, you're finally happy, we finally got some concrete info about this game, or something brand new. Do you think we're going to get even more leading up into the release next year, hopefully? Put it in the comment section below. Don't forget to leave a like on this video, subscribe to my channel for all my gaming related videos and a whole bunch of other cool stuff here. I got a bunch of other great content I've been making lately. Again, I have stuff on IGN right now. I have new reviews in the works. I have new previews and new podcasts that are coming very, very soon. That's going to be going on throughout this week and into next week. I hope you guys will be able to check it all out and enjoy it. I will talk to all of you again very soon. Peace out. Stay epic, everybody.